What's playing at the Arrow? Some French Norflick. Don't wanna sit next to humans, I'm agoraphobic. Order up a decaf latte, spin Gainsbourg tunes. Gosh darn this cast iron lounger, my butt will bruise. I'd rather be a man on a mission. Oh my God, what's happening to me? Walking down Montana, same old dull routines, same Alugo me. Walking down Montana, I tried to raise an eyebrow, it weighed too much. Instead I simply stared at the passing trucks. They say that life gets sweet as years go by, but mine has lost its flavor like this chai. I'd rather be a man on a mission. Oh my God, what's happening to me? Walking down Montana, same old dull routines, same Alugo me. Walking down Montana, same old dull routines, same Alugo me. Walking down Montana, I had the same lunch again today. I paid a little more than I should pay for some garbage. I tried to pep up and motivate. I couldn't bring myself to make a way or just get started. I'm not exactly sure what kind of promise I can make to keep the pace, whether to me or to a face. It all just slips through my fingers. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Did I always feel this sense of weight, and did it always tend to linger? You know the speed of time is frightening, and all the same it stays enlightening. Well, there's a method I'm not finding, it's beyond reach. What I would give to understand it, I wouldn't spend these late nights stranded, hoping it comes to me after sleep. I woke up to boxes stacked in the dining room. I blinked my eyes and shot through the afternoon. One glance at the TV, hello to the evening. What more can I say? Better luck on a new day. changed beyond what I thought could be changed in a short time. And almost like an ironic joke, I felt the most alive. Last I was strained out of my mind. I'm not exactly sure how it helps to say that like some cosmic truth. The last thing that I want to do is glorify the traumatic. I'm just a little in the weeds here. It dulls when I am on the move. So am I just being dramatic? I always hear it's not exclusive, to know the secret is elusive. So you would think it'd be conclusive. I'm not alone here. What I would give to just believe it, I wouldn't think me so defeated. Standing in fog severe throughout the year. I still walk to boxes stacked in the dining room. I blinked my eyes and shot through the afternoon. One glance at the TV, again it's the evening. A sick kind of replay, better luck on a new day. What more can I say? Better luck on a new day.
Hello, my darling gamers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's so nice to be here. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun is too bright and it is giving me a headache. And that's how you know it's a good day. It is it's a good day. I'm very happy. BTS. I see BTS in my chat. Oh, behind the shark. Okay. That's the logo. But it's nice to be here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Today we got some fucking special things. So thank you to everyone who helped reach the goal of in the sponsored stream to get us here. We are now at the point of learning how to make a VTuber. Not only learning how to make a VTuber, but learning how to make this VTuber. I am basically today's plan is I am basically going to walk you through the entire thought process of how I've made my guy. I've also got some Nintendo music in the background, so we don't have any super duper dead air. I also want you all to know that I need to go to the bathroom really badly, but also the stream has just started and I really don't want to open up pre-stream again, and it's very, very awkward. So, is the pre-stream fan art a queue or is it random? It is actually made through an OBS system that's very interesting. Here, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Today, we are learning everything. And I'm going to start with this question, and I'm going to go to the game thing. Hold on. We're gonna start off with how the fuck do I set up the fan art? It's actually very easy. Let me open up display capture. Uh-oh, that's the wrong screen for right now. Let me open up here. Hi, we're in the void now. As you can see, this is how I have everything set up. I have my monitor to my right side, so I've actually moved the chat and all of the events and stuff over to this side so I can glance over at it easier, while also being able to look over at the shark and making sure that it behaves. So what you do is you hit the little plus button right here. You click on... Image slideshow. You do that. I have the existing one for fan art and pre-stream sharks, but basically you hit OK, and then you can open it up, choose a file, and you got everything done. That's how you do that. Let me close this out for right now. All right. So, I say, completely blanking out. We are going to go through everything. I'm going to open up the saved file, not saved files, the saved links to what I was inspired by, because I have a whole history of this entire shark, and I'm actually going to use the restroom really quickly because I want to focus entirely. Let me turn up that Kirby music. Hold on. I'll be right back. Am a professional streamer, I promise. This is what you get. First tip of the day. Don't drink like 3 glasses of water and 2 cups of tea before streaming. Okay, but genuinely, I'm going to start off with showing off the super duper beginning, the origins, the inspiration behind like what I've been up to. Let me start by opening this up and muting a group chat because they've all decided to start talking. Here. Let me go back to display capture. Let me open that up. And let me start off with the links that I have saved. You can't make a Duke of Ash tube if you drink too much tea beforehand. Hey. Alright, so we're gonna start off way at the beginning. I think I showed this off during the debut stream, but this picture right here was what originally sparked the idea of, oh hey, I want a big shark. I want a cool guy with a very square head, and I want him to be big, and I want him to look cool. So this was what's prompted that. And this, actually, hold on. This inspired me to do the extremely first very rough sketch of what I wanted, which was this. I wanted a nice, big, like, friendly, like, squarish head like this. I wanted, like, you know, big, glowing gills. I wanted him to look kind of sick. And so I also wanted him to have rows of teeth, but that's very hard to rig. So I wanted him to look kind of cool. I wanted him to look, like, big and, like, blocky. So this was, like, the super duper original concept. I also had him with his eyes closed because I kind of squint a lot, especially like when I'm very photosensitive. I do a lot of like, so I was like, oh, this would be really cute. The idea of it being a VTuber was not in my head yet, but this was like the very original like spark of everything. Val saw all the progress. Yes, they were very they were one of like the catalysts for making everything. Hey, can the music come down a teeny tiny touch? Yes, can. There we go. So this was like the super duper beginning. I looked at this, it planted the seed in my head, and I'm like, I want this like thing to be a thing. After that, I saw. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna actually retweet these while this all happens. So, absolutely credit to the artists. Credit to August at DrakeRoot _. And then after that, we had these really cute Koopalings drawings. And I really liked the shape that they all were. Originally, I was going to make the shark a lot more here. Let me zoom out the guy. I wanted him to look a lot more like wider, but it eventually took on a more like sculpted kind of form. Originally, he was kind of going to be like kind of a very top-heavy, like very triangle-shaped body. Like, whoop, wrong button. There we go. Like that. Here, let's open that back up. So I kind of liked this shape. I really liked how they proportioned all of the characters. I really liked the anatomy that they used, and also how everything was just very creative. I know, I love the shapes. They're very, very good. So this is from at EarthSong9405. So if you like their stuff, I absolutely recommend following them. By the way, these are things that came across my dash. So hypothetically, if one of the creators, I do not support what any of the creators say. I just think that the artwork that I came across, because I had all of these in a Discord. I saved all of these to a Discord. The music's completely inaudible. Let me open it. Hopefully that's a little better. So I had that, and I was still like working around with the body shapes. I think at this point, oh wait, no, this happened too. Let me open this up. Oop, that's the wrong thing. Here, let me open up the post. The dragon from Shovel Knight. I really liked how they drew this one too, because it's just very nicely shaped. I really liked the way that the head was shaped. I kind of liked the way that the neck fused up and has like a very square snout. I liked this head angle, which I kind of like had as inspiration because I like the little nose slots, like the little nose slits right near the front. I thought that it was proportioned very well, and I really liked all of the angles. And that's kind of, you see how the shark's moving? That's kind of how it helped me like conceptualize like the 3D shape of the head. Let's see. After that, in Val's chat, we were doing that one meme. You know that one meme where everyone's holding like a drink and they're like looking at you like, ugh, like what's this guy doing? I wanted to join that, and I used the guy, and this is kind of where the body shape came up a little more, and even like the little tail out the back. I didn't put it here, but another thing that actually really inspired me was the Minecraft skin that I was using, because, you know, the Minecraft, Steve look is very stuck in a certain, like, way, and so I was like, but what if he was, like, bipedal, and he looked all cool and stuff? Uh-oh, that's grid hotkeys. But I was like, what if he was bipedal, and what if it did look good? Duke's iconic red cup as well, hell yeah. But, I didn't know what to dress him in, so I was just like, black shirt, that's fine, whatever. And then after that, when I was getting more towards the idea of making this into a VTuber and a whole, like, VTuber idea and identity, I saw... It's this link. I saw this. Wait, did I retweet this? No, I didn't. Here. That. I saw this. New Croc Boss just dropped. I really liked the shape of this character's legs. I liked how the tail attached to them. I thought it was very like unique and cool shaped character. I'm like, oh my god, those freaking the way that the crocodile kind of feet like get put together. That's kind of neat. I really liked how the head, the mouth opened and everything. And I was like, this character is so well shaped. I fucking love them. And that's why, boop, 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 boop. That's where these freaking feats came from. That's where all of this happened. Cause I thought it was a very well shaped thing. I took inspiration for how the tail was shaped. I really liked the way that the neck was shaped, but I didn't really take much from that. And I just thought that they were very cool. And also they had a nice butt or whatever, I don't know. But this was just very cool. It was very neat. I took a lot of inspiration from it. I thought it was extremely cool. I even took the feet references for the way that they were taken, and I took those and I put it in the first super duper concept art. I was like, oh hey, you know, I like those feet. Please don't take this out of context. And I was like, hey, I really like the way that this was shaped. I think it was very cool. And I was like, hey, here's my first concept. What if I had a shark and he was a cool guy, and he wore a Hawaiian shirt with other shark print on it. Be normal chat, thank you so much, Val, for keeping this under control. I was like, hey, what if he wore the necklace that I have for the subscriber badges? That would be really neat. What if he had a little heart on his hand with the wedding ring? What if he had like the cool like kind of square head? And the original concept, as you can see, the neck was like a bit thicker, but I kind of toned that down for the later incarnations. And then I just kind of tossed all of this stuff together. I don't think I showed this off in the original thing, but this was the like very early concept, and I was like, oh hey, I also want shit to glow in the dark. I didn't figure that out, but if I ever make a 2.0 model, or if I ever just kind of like touch up this model, I'm gonna make it so that bits glow in the dark. And so this was kind of the entire like beginning concept. I wanted like a nice like board shorts, Hawaiian shirt, very chill style, but I also thought that like, hey, there are a lot of VTubers out there, and they all have like super duper unique outfits and unique styles. So I took some inspiration from other VTubers. One of them who was Buff Pup, actually, because I really liked the way that their 3D model, the one before their brand new 2D model, I didn't prepare a Twitter link beforehand, and their Twitter's NSFW, and I don't want to get in trouble for that, but I really liked how they put together like a kind of like under outfit and then over outfit, and they had like a jacket on top of like kind of a skin tight outfit. I'm like, hey, that looks really cool. I really like layers. QWERTY has some cool layers. Spats was just working on her model for the VR roleplay thing that she was working on. So I was like, hey, a lot of people have layers. I really want layers, and that's why, I got the shirtless and no shirtless toggles for this. So I've got like the underlayer and the overlayer now, which takes me to this. This is the super duper like concept phase of the this shark. This probably took me, Val, you can probably correct me on this. I think this took me like 2 weeks of like on and off brainstorming, of like figuring out what the fuck I was like trying to do. It's still very rough. I've like updated a lot of things, but this is a really good like baseline for how I wanted him to look. Here, I have like a notes section, and I have this all very much like sectioned down. So I actually updated the head a while ago, because I didn't like how kind of lumpy the head was, and I'm still kind of working on the front-facing head, but it's hard. It's interesting. So I've got things like boiled down. By the way, the art program I'm using is called Metabang Paint. I highly recommend using Clip Studio instead. I am genuinely too lazy to swap over to Clip Studio Paint. So if you're like a new artist and you're trying to find like your I missed the sale. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't want to relearn. But I have all of this stuff kind of like set up. I have like shirts, no shirts. I have the outline on its own section. I've got all the colors on their own section, and I have it all selected up. So if hypothetically I made or commissioned someone for a 3D model, this is the sheet I would probably send them. And I actually made this with the explicit idea of sending it to a person for making a 3D model, which just kind of never came to be. Speaking of, kind of trivia, but not really. My shark, it's very hard to see, but hold on, if I zoom in, there's actually a white circle, or not a white circle, a very dark blue color in my eyes. And if hypothetically I figure out how to make it glow in the dark, it's gonna make it Very bright. Right, so speaking of people who I asked for help with this type of thing, Sign was a huge help. I reached out and they really helped with all that. They're like, hey, make the design asymmetrical. I tried with the scratches on the legs, but it's still pretty symmetrical. I might fix that in the future one day, in case that actually happens. But I'm thinking probably in the future I would add some sort of like bracelet or some sort of danglies that would make it more asymmetrical. I initially told you to make him look 3/4 and you went to so many people for help. I reached out to Sign, who helped me block out the head. I reached out to Spats, who told me, yeah, you should probably not do that. You're completely inexperienced, and it would not turn out well, probably. Oops. Hi, Pyro. But, there's just a whole bunch of, like, people that I reached out to and was asking for help. Shout out to QWERTY, because I hopped into, his streamer chat, his streamer Discord, and I was like, hey, does anyone know how to, like, do 2D stuff? And QWERTY, first off, ping Spats, which... Thank you, King. But second off, actually helped me figure out how to do toggles. So I'll probably go after that in a bit. So let me go to the more like in-depth, like preparing for the thing. Here, let me open up the files. Let me keep this open over here. Oh yeah, also the inspiration for the wetsuit was probably this one, where it had like a lot of lines through like the knees and stuff and was very blue. And I'm like, I also like, I also like how it makes the butt look bigger. I think that's cool. I think that's neat. So I took that idea and I kind of ran with it. And I was like, hey, I want this to look cool. I want it to look nice, and I want it to make my butt look good. And because I know that this dude cannot keep his shirt on. So here's the thing, ever since I reset Windows and everything, my Stream Deck isn't working, and I've been too lazy to fix it, so I'm just using the I'm just using my numpad. So I'm just like kind of reaching blindly underneath my mic and pressing numbers on my numpad for all of the toggles and shit. Oops. So hold on. So this was the idea for that. You can always you can always take ideas from like pre-existing things, is what I'm saying. Because inspiration is a normal thing, as long as you make something unique out of it, and you also like credit your inspirations. I think it is an okay thing to do. You can always reach out to others, and you can just notice that was a WebP. It's probably, well, I mean, I dragged it off of fucking Google, like, you know. But, slapping the keyboard and praying it does the thing is a mood. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Boop. So I've got the, this was, like, the original concept for, figuring out how to turn the head like this. This was a feat. I actually just sketched this down, like, free-handed, and I was like, oh god, okay, I'm gonna figure out how all of this works. Do not, there we go. I have it going like this. And you can actually kind of see. I don't know how I did this exactly, but, I just was able to, like, 3D map how it kind of looked like, and I put it as an underlayer for how I put the, whole VTuber together. Speaking of, let me open up the VTuber file that I put together. Big shark rig, possible VTuber pose, and it's got to take a second to load because this is a chunky file. This guy's a chunkster. I don't know why, but it always saves it as a completely invisible thing, so I gotta toggle all this stuff on. So here is my guy. Here's my special boy. Here he is before I did anything about it. And let me walk you through how everything started out. So I started off with a super duper like base sketch. This thing also probably took me a week because I was extremely anxious and I wanted to make sure that it looked proper. It looked good. It was going to be put together well. It was going to have good anatomy and that everything was going to be, well, nice looking, you know? So I had that, and then I started, I put the other heads in there for future things, for the basically using it as a reference in Live 2D, or not Live 2D, in VTube Studio, making sure that all fits. I plopped the Hawaiian shirt over that, made sure that it looked all right. Kind of started slicing, like, oh hey, this is gonna be like the back arm. This is probably going to be its own thing. This is probably going to be its own thing. The hands are probably going to be its own thing. And starting to, like, conceptualize where things are going to be sliced apart. After that, I was, like, kind of messing around with other concepts. I have one for the Minecraft SMP that might one day happen. I have ones for other things. I was trying to... Oh no, this is actually kind of embarrassing. You gonna show us the outfit concepts? Yeah, those are the freaking outfit Oh my god, actually, hold on. That's actually a good thing. I'm stepping back. Let me find the outfit concepts. I completely forgot about those. Yeah, here's the, here's a bunch of clothes ideas I made for him. So basically, what I recommend is if you have a character idea and you have, like, what their general shape is going to be, make a super duper, like, base, like, kind of, like, nub guy and just start dressing it up. Kind of figure it out. The original concept I was going to have was, I was going to have, like, a shark bite, like, tank top shirt. And, like, maybe layer it up with, like, a jacket or something. I really like the little pant slices. I wanted to figure out something to put on top of all that. And eventually I was like, hey, I like what Cloud has from, like, Final Fantasy. You know, the fucking turtleneck, thing. I think Peregrine helped me with this one. And eventually I kind of turned the whole, like, this shape, general shape, into this general shape where I'm like, I kind of want the turtleneck. I want the sleeveless look because I want to show off the muscles. Let me find Peregrine's thing. Hold on. I know I have it saved somewhere. Or else I'm gonna have to go through the everything else. Uh-oh. I think I might have to go through the... Oh, thank god, it's over here. Okay. Peregrine. I've showed this off on the other thing before, but where on earth are you? There you are. We've sent each other a lot of pictures because we're friends, but let me try to find it. Has image from here. Okay, it's just not gonna work right now. Is Discord down again? I hope not. I can't bring it up, I don't think. But Peregrine really did help. If you want to find that, you can look at the Oh, it was Mickey. Oh god. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Mickey who did that. Oh goodness. I've been talking to Peregrine so much, but Buggle. Here, let me... Oh, you found it! There we go. Let me copy image, file, new via clipboard. Here we go. They helped with the, super, like, fisherman fit, kind of having a whole thing to put together. The beach lifeguard guy was really cute. Like, oh, I know he goes swimming. It was very fun. With, like, maybe, like, a lifeguard jacket. I honestly might pick this up as a alternate outfit eventually in the future. I think that'd be very fun. So yeah, that's, like, kind of all the stuff that I threw together. Eventually landed on this one. And it was really cool. He sent you the other one too? Oh yeah, you did. Let me show that off just for half a second. There we go. With the little sunglasses and stuff. That actually inspired the whole it inspired me to have this as the kind of like background for a lot of my profiles and all of my stuff. It was like, oh hey, the little glasses joke and everything. I thought it was very cute. I just like the whole idea of like, oh, how Shark wears sunglasses. Let's go back to the possible VTuber pose. So I had everything put together. I was trying to figure this out, and I was like, oh god, how do I open the mouth? I was still trying to figure that out, and it looked really awkward a lot of the time, and I genuinely am unsure how I fixed that up, because it was just a little difficult, because I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna put a hinge here, and I want the mouth to swing down, and I don't really know how that's gonna work and how that's gonna fit. And it kind of eventually did, and I'm very happy about that. But it was an absolute struggle. So after that, here's the body layers. I have the head and body separate for a few reasons. One, because the head just has like a whole bunch of like separate functions in itself, and that makes it very hard to like comb through with a bunch of things. But we also got the body here. The body is sectioned off into a whole bunch of different folders. I tried to label everything. I highly recommend, if you are trying to get into VTubing, in VTube creation, you have to label everything. Do not start cheaping out and going, oh, I'll know, because it gets so difficult when you start, when you start, like, kind of skimping out on yourself, because the only person you're gonna hurt is yourself. So we got the tail layer. I kind of swap between having layers that have black outlines and like having the black outline separate or being a full thing. I put the tail together as a singular entity because it doesn't really move that much. It's just gonna kind of chill behind. I have the arm, which... Oh! Epic!
Waipishi is gaming for 12 months, 1 year. Very
year.
happy with your success and this amazing community you've built with your Poggers Shark self.
Aw, thank you, dude.
Love you, Duke of 8 Heart.
It's... I freaking care about you so much, dude. It's been so fucking long, and it's still nice to see you around, genuinely. I care about you a whole time. I hope you're having a wonderful. So we've got the this all sectioned up into different areas. I have the there we go. I have the sleeve separate from everything. I have the colors separate, because it can help with, like, modeling and moving things around occasionally. And then I've got the elbow. So I have the black up and around. I didn't know that the yeah, retweet this, by the way. I didn't know that this had voices. I'm gonna actually skip through this. But I have the black around the outside because if the arm bends, because I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do. My friend reverse clipping mask. I don't know how that works, and it scares me. I'm gonna be honest. I miss out on a lot of, like, easy to fix things, which is why I had the huge asterisks underneath my announcement post, where it's like, hey, a lot of professional VTubers do things differently, but this is how I put my guide together. So I have the black line separate from the colors underneath, in case, hypothetically, like, I would want to take this and I'd want to bend it like this. It would still have the whole curve of the arm underneath it. And then I got the hand separate, and the hand I went fucking crazy with, and it really sucks because you can't really see much of it while I'm actually doing things, but if you actually... This is really hard to see, but keep an eye on the hand. If I go like this, the fingers actually, like, go out and in, and that's my claim to fame with all of that separation. Hold on, let me open everything back up. So I have all of the fingers separated out. I didn't add like sections of the fingers. And you might notice that some things aren't lining up entirely. That is easily fixable in Live 2D. So I don't have everything exactly lined up. I edit things in the program. So I have everything separated out here. I close that out. I've got the leg, which I've got sectioned up into 3 big old sections. I've got the other leg, which I believe is only sectioned out into 2 because that's the leg I'm holding weight on. You don't need to separate everything out the same way if you know that it's going to be used differently. I've got the torso put on top of all of that, which I've got like the shirt and the necklace separate. One thing that I would like to change in the future is I didn't really add much dimension, and I thought I could fix it up in VTube Studio, but it didn't really work out that well, and the thing, it looks a little flat, but that's alright. I've got all of these different sections out so that I can lean better over like to the sides and stuff, and then it all got covered up by the shirt, so it happens. More layers equals more life, but also lots more work. That's true, but also I feel like some people kind of put too many layers and they don't really know what they're gonna do with it. I recommend using layers for only what you actually need, because some people, I feel like, separate everything too much out, and especially if they're both creating and rigging it, it's kind of hard to like determine what goes where sometimes. But that's just me. Especially for like my more kind of simple style of like kind of thick lines and everything. You're in hell. Sign, you are like one of the craziest individuals. Spats is there, but like you are an extremely like crazy person. Your outfits are so greebled in like an awesome way. I don't mean this as a rude thing. It's just I cannot believe. No, you're not stupid. You are creative. You are thinking very hard about this, and I can't believe it. Okay, the head. The head is a very difficult thing to take apart. Sign helped me with this. So I've got the eyebrow section, which I have actually 2. Let me take them all apart. I have the eyebrow section, which is actually 2 things. I have a color underneath, and I have a line. The line is this, which you can see going up and down, and also if I go to the side, the color actually overlays over the head, if you can see that, and hold on, it actually goes over, and you can see it overlaps, and it also uh-oh, we're playing with things we shouldn't be, but it overlaps, and as you can see, it can go over some things. I didn't know that would do that. I gotta fix that. I also have a backwards one, a background one, which doesn't really show up that often, but I was just trying to keep it all like super 3D. Let's see, we've got the blush, which shows up when I'm smiling. See, blush. We have the eye, which has like an eyelid. I've got the little thing over the eyelid. I've got the iris and the pupil, which I put together absolutely in an awful way. I've got like the blue, and then I got a black background, and it is not well put together, but that is how it is. And then I've got the upper nose, which is the big old snout, snort snort. And then I've got the which is, oh gosh. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was originally gonna have a smiley bit. I always draw the shark with a smiley bit, but it was very hard to put together. So I've got the nose, I've got all this stuff under it. I'm actually gonna keep that like that. I've got the lower jaw, which has got the white underneath, which is also a very difficult thing to rig up, actually. And then I've got the upper jaw inner mouth, which is the upper teeth. I have all of the teeth separated out because when I was rigging it, I was like, or when I was making this, I was like, I want my head to go side to side, and I want all the teeth to line up. So every single tooth moves individually. Huh? To create 3D depth, which was an absolute hassle. It looks pretty good at the end of everything, but oh my god, this was an absolute troublesome type thing. And we've got all of the gums here, which I had to cut up because it goes fully a full circle, so you have to go like over and under. It's very hard to like 3D visualize, but it's very interesting. And then we got the inner mouth, which is the little flap at the back of my mouth, which is dark blue. And then we got the lower jaw, inner mouth, got the inner mouth, we got the inside mouth color. So what is this? You never see this. This is a completely different color than anything that's inside my mouth that you can see. So this is my magnum opus of convoluted mess making. So I have everything put together so that there are layers on top of layers. It's going to be a lot easier to see when I slot this into Live 2D. But this is invisible, and all of my mouth is layered inside of it. Hold on. So you see this? That dark thing is right here, like and it layers everything so that this stuff doesn't clip up into anywhere else. It's like a backup. It's difficult, but it's weird, and it works. It just works. And I say that in the way where Skyrim is very broken and buggy, but it still technically works. I mean, the thing about VTubing, right, is that it is a very it's kind of like an illusion where you just want to fake it enough so that people go, oh, it's moving, and it looks good, and you don't see all of the very complicated structures underneath that are like clipping into each other and like looking kind of janky and awful. So we got this, which is the lower jaw back of the mouth, which I was going to use if I could face the viewer, which I scrapped because I could not wrap my head around it. And then I got the back of the head, which is the back of the head, which is just its own section to help kind of even everything out. And then I have the undercolor, which is another thing which I wrap around the mouth to try to help prevent the mouth clipping. So it is really foolish to make a 3/4 VTuber. It is very hard, especially if you want big mouth movements. If you kind of want your character to just go, it's very easy. You just get a hinge and you just make the jaw go down and up. If you want the mouth to move around like this, like ow, you are insane, and you should not do it unless you want to, and in which case, good luck. I am praying for you. It's very, very, very difficult. So, I'm going to actually open up now. Let me close. Should I close this? I'll keep it open for reference. I'll close out of all of this to keep this all like kind of open and ready. So as like a backup thing. Here, let me go to here, go to the big shark rig, and this will hopefully open up. Alright, so the program that I use to rig everything is called Live 2D. There are two types of Live 2D. There is the free version, and there's the paid for version. In order to do this, you will most likely need the paid for version unless you are a magician and you know how to make everything work. By the way, these tutorial videos are ancient. I think they were made around the time... I don't think all of these were here, actually, when I made, when I first started making VTuber. Not VTuber. Well, yeah, when I first started making VTubers, which was back in, 2018-ish. It's kind of crazy. By the way, there's always a new version that's been released. Unless you are looking forward to something that has been released, don't fucking bother. Don't fucking bother. It is such a hassle to update your shit. And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. Alright, so here's my boy. Here's my fucking special big guy. I'm going to get you acquainted with how all of this works. Over here is all of the pieces. These are basically the same as these. It's just all of your layers. It is everything that you put together, and it's just kind of like lining everything up. The green things are deformers, or it's called, I think they're called warp deformers. Yeah, they're warp deformers. Basically, what these guys are like the files of what you want to move. So basically, you can put anything into these, and it will become the parent, and you will be able to move all the baby objects around. So basically, pretend that they are all like holding hands, and they're all working together, and they're all going to be moved at the same time. They're all in the same car. And you can put a car in another car, and it can go crazier and crazier and crazier. So you saw the jaw move. Well, that jaw is the baby of this, and that is, and the neck is a whole different guy, and it's all put together all crazy. It is clown car. Yes, it is exactly like a clown car, Goof. You got it right on the bat. So those are like the babies, and like the holders of this stuff. This is, let me get the official name for it. This is a rotation deformer. What is a rotation deformer? A rotation deformer rotates. So think of it like your shoulder. So when you move your arm up, your shoulder moves your whole arm up, and when you move your arm down, it rotates, and that's how it works. So with the neck, why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? Are you not actually a parent of anything? You're embarrassing me. So if you have like the upper arm, for example, you can move all of the parent objects. See? So it moves the arm basically like the whole thing, and that is the parent of this, and so you can move that, and that whole thing moves too. So it's basically just rotating junk. It's a socket of sorts. So that those are like the two things that will basically move large chunks of your guy around. Here, let me clean this up a little. So here's what he looks like without any like real like things. Here's what he looks like with all the stuff. So all of these green boxes are just big parents of all the little pieces inside of it. So all of the layers that you've drawn, they're going to be here, and you can basically you can put meshes on them with your auto mesh or whatever, or you can manually do it like a crazy person or someone who cares about how their stuff looks. And all of that can be moved by these sliders. So these sliders, as you can see, move the whole area around, and you can like kind of so everything like stays inside of all of like the stuff that it's supposed to go around, and you can have the head turning. All right, you can have the jaw moving. So the way that I have the jaw moving is in the mouth section, and this looks like a monster, but it is two smaller monsters, I promise. So actually the mouth forms that I base this off of, hold on, let me open this back up, is let me open up the thing, was made by or at least based off of this person called Cozy Chew.
That's a shock.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for following me. I have a bunch of tabs open. An actual possum, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate it. So Cozy Chew sent out a whole mouth chart on how what's in your bio? How she how she makes all of her mouths. So basically, you start off at 0. 0 is the spot where the mouth is closed, and then it goes open to 1, and you go ah, and it goes from 0 to 1 on the mouth open slide, and from 0, which is frowning, to smiling. And this is how you have all of this done and put together. I don't have a cheek slider because it's more work. For now, at least. So I have all of that, and I want you to see the absolute hell beneath what is going on here. So I'm going to slowly start hiding some layers. So you remember this the undercolor? That was, hold on. See, this is why you gotta label things in case you make a Twitch video about it. So that's this big boy. This big boy is the is the undercolor, which I eventually made so that it basically blocked up any little like extra white details, like any little slips. I don't have a cheek slider because Val! Oh my goodness. Taking a bite out of a nice burger. Nom 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 nom. So I have all of this going. And as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess, but it works. So we have this. Underneath that, we have the inside mouth color. So the inside mouth color is a parent. So you're going, well, it's not one of your like deformers, it's not one of the joints. What do you mean it's a parent? Well, not technically a parent. It is a mesh of sorts, where all of the inside of my mouth is clipped inside of it. So if I take the inside of the mouth and I hide it, this is the hell that you get to see. This is all of here. Let me start hiding more. This is all of the very scary inner workings of my mouth. You just see how it all just kind of... It all just kind of skeletons up. And it gets even scarier because with the head rotate, it all rotates with it. So this area up here is the topum, which is the top of the mouth. Ahaha. And right down here is the bottom. The bottom is the bottom of the mouth. Ah. It's under the tongue. And I have that so that it's not just like a gray blankus at the top. And so I was very proud when I made this, because it's basically 3D. When I sent it to one of my friends who didn't really know much about VTubing, they're like, oh cool, 3D model. It's 2D, baby. It just fucking moves. So basically every single little tooth, I've already said this, is separated out. And then I've got the gums, which I have separated out as well. The layering is very hectic. And I had to mess with the draw order a little bit. So I had the back of the gums, like, going under, and I had to figure out how to have everything, like, line up without things overlapping each other. There's occasionally a little bit of overlap, but it's not noticeable enough to really worry about it. You have to move each tooth individually? Yes! Basically. So every single tooth I have is on this angle X and Y axis for the head rotation, and I had to basically go like this, and I had to go like this, and I had to go like that, and I had to move, and I had to take another one, and I had to press it, and I had to move it, and I had to press it, and I had to move it, and that probably took me a few hours. It took me a hot second to figure out how to place all of these in a way that they looked good, and also in a 3D environment. So you see when he looks down, the top teeth like fold in and downwards, and all of these kind of go in and outwards, so that it all keeps like a 3D feel, even when, like, very much hidden by the camera. So let me bring back the inside of the mouth. Boop! So the inside of the mouth basically hides all that. The inside of the mouth makes it so that everything is clean and hidden, and there's only a little bit of overlap somewhere that I can have basically another layer hide. So I'm gonna take this, the inside of the mouth, and I'm going to change its opacity all the way. Okay, let me select this, and I'm gonna select all that. Select the side of them. That's gonna work. Make this the inside of the mouth. Uh-oh. Nope, that's not how it's gonna work. Okay. The inside of the mouth is this. It is this little beast right here. And when I move it around, you can see everything. So how do you do this? You do this by basically taking all the things that you want stuck inside of it, and you take this, you take the ID, and you copy that, and you take one of the teeth or whatever, and you paste it right into here, and you have the art mesh clipping ID. So you take the ID, you move it to the clipping ID, and it moves around. It gets hidden whenever the clipping mask is alive and around. And then the way that you make the clipping mask invisible is you just turn down the opacity, because if you hide it, then everything shows up, more or less. It's very cool, but ow, yeah. Making VTubers is hard. For example, I made all of this and then realized that I did not make the neck white. So what I took was, I think I took like a little bit of something else, and I just stretched it up into like a very big thing so that I have white under my neck. And it's a little bit lower res than everything else. And let me move that back. And it's a little blurry, but you can never see it. That's right, baby. You can cheat a little. You can have little a cheat as a treat. Okay, so how on earth did I figure out how to move all of the mouth forms everywhere in a correct manner? So what I did was that I opened up this, and I moved this all the way here, and I drew every single mouth form. Every single mouth form, I just drew it. And that helped me keep track of all of like the different shapes that I wanted. It's a lot easier with probably front-facing guys. You want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, it's kind of a little bit Joker mode when you turn everything on. But you basically take every single thing, and you plop it right into the live 2D, and you turn this on, and you go, oh no, and you open it up to whichever one you want on, and you just try to fit the mouth to it. So this one is that one. You open up, do the next one, this one, that one, and then you just do that onwards and upwards, and it's just kind of it's a little bit crazy. It's a little society if you think about it. Set up. And so the way that I separated out the mouth part is I just had a simple upper lip, and I had a simple lower lip, and the way that I opened the jaw for like more Ellie! For your efforts, oh thank you. Make sure you're
Ellie Spectacular just subscribed for 8 months. For your efforts.
Thank you. Make sure that you're keeping yourself good and safe, but I really appreciate it, seriously. So whenever I have the mouth more open, as you can see, this jaw rotation rotates the jaw so that everything opens up a little more, and then I have to line up the layer in here to make it so that everything touches. So now you might be asking, hey Duke, what's this worm? Why are there little green dots, right? These little green dots are little tiny, like, miniature elbows, basically. These these help move whatever you want, wherever you want. How you get these is you first make a mesh, and then you open up, I don't know what it's called, but you basically put all these dots together, and you make them move all together. Sharks may have elbows. Sharks have more elbows than you could ever imagine. And so you take that, and you basically move everything together, and it helps with things like mouths. It helps with just keeping things in a general like kind of shape without having to really change much. I even have that as the tail so that I can move the tail around like ever so slightly without really changing out what it looks like. You can have him move his butt a little, you know? It's fine, it's normal, don't worry about it. But for areas where things are going to be more static, you don't really need them as much, at least. Blinking. Let's move to blinking. Let's show this guy blinking a lot. Eyes bits. I open up the eyes bits folder. That's my blink. I basically have a eyelid appear over the eye. You can't see it normally because there's a whole bunch of other gray behind it. And you have the eye. Just move it down very slowly. Remember, it can be messy if no one sees it. And so you just have that, and it works pretty well. The eye only has like one slider that you really need. It's just this. 0 means that it's closed, 1 means that it's open. Very, very easy. And then I have the eyeball, and the eyeball moves around. So this is very interesting. So since I have my guy at a 3/4 angle, if I look at the camera, it is going to be this middle slider. So if I look like that, and if I look at you, I look like this. Now, what is you? You may ask. You are off probably a solid 70 degrees from my camera off to my right. So if I'm looking at you, I'm actually looking at my sharks on the shelf. You are my sharks on the shelf. And so you can look up, down, all around. The eye tracking for this actually isn't best, at least I don't think. It's the issue with eye tracking, right? You can't really see it unless you actually look for it. But I don't have them looking all the way back because I feel like it'd be too awkward, so I have it stuck like right up here.
Sharkwave has tipped $20. Yippee.
Yippee! Thank you so much for the $20, Z. I really appreciate it. You can have them looking up, looking down. I have it a little bit limited, but it technically works. And then I have the open. I have a smile, so when I'm smiling, the eye goes like this, and I blush a little. So the smile actually mostly tracks your, this is what Duke sees. Yeah, that's what I sees. It's all you. You're all my funny little sharks. So the smile actually tracks the mouth more than the eyes. So if I smile with my eyes but not my mouth really, it just looks like I'm blinking. And I look a little weird. But, and then you can also have the eye smile on the other eye, but again, I only kind of have one eye on this model. And let's see, what else have I got? I've got body rotate, which is actually really fun because you don't really get to see it that often with how I have my whole thing set up. Whoop. What's up? Let me do this. Let me show off a little. Opening this back up. So, the body rotates. Basically, I can lean the sides, and my body kind of follows along, and I just have that. I just have the Z-axis, so I can't really look up or down or like super side to side. I have it just kind of leaning. So when I lean, the leg goes up, the arm goes in, he kind of flexes a little, and he kind of moves his hand. The hand I'm still a little iffy about, but he just kind of moves off side to side, just whack, 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 whack. It's not the hardest, but it does have a lot of things going into it, like the arm rotations for all this have little things. If it's green, by the way, the little nubs here, that means that they're being used. So I've got this arm rotation, I've got this arm rotation, got like the wrist rotation, trying to keep everything in a certain area. It's really fun. I've also got extra fancy shit. What's the extra fancy shit? I've actually got my guy breathing. So if you actually look at my model, I've got a very subtle, like, breathing rotation, which on Live 2D basically means that, get back here, you can basically have it move in and out at a timed state. And then I also have little tail wiggles, which you don't see that often, again, because I don't really show it off that often. The tail wiggles are a little iffy to me. I didn't really rig it the best. I don't like how the tail moves upwards like this, because these are very finicky. But, yeah, that's kind of, like, the whole thing. So the way that you need to, like, fucking export... Actually, you know what? Does anyone have any questions about this segment? I'm gonna open up the room to questions very temporarily. I've always found it funny that breath is in no way linked to one's breath, just a looping animation. It's so ridiculous. I think it's really funny because you'll see people doing like long-winded things and they're just going the entire time. Like it's just it doesn't really like fully matter or anything. If anyone has any questions about any of this, I'd love to talk about anything. How do you make things disappear, like on Blush? Do you change the opacity? Yes, I do. I do change the opacity of certain keyframes. So if I go up here to the Blush area, I think that's under iBits. Yeah. So I have it at 100% opacity right here, and then at this one I have it at 0, and that's just kind of how it works. It goes to 0, and when you start smiling, it goes to 100. If I had to do it again, I would probably... When are we gonna get a heart rate monitor input to VTube Studio to control parameters? The thing is I feel like someone would look into that if you made like a tweet about it, because like they already have like day-night cycles on in VTube Studio, so like that could be pretty crazy. What was your favorite minor detail of this model? Ooh, it's a tough one. Something that I really appreciate is the mouth. I don't know if that counts as a minor detail. Something else I really appreciate is, shoot. Probably just how erratically they're put together. Because, okay, for example, right? This here, this is the jaw, right? And I have it sectioned to be overlapped by... I just click here now. I have to find it actually. I have it so that the I have so many freaking layers. Lower jaw, front, upper jaw, inner mouth. These are inner mouth. Lower jaw, upper nose. Upper nose is what we need. So show this. I have it so this actually overlaps this. So I had to go every single frame in the head rotate and all of the mouth movement. And I had to move it so that it went over and like out of the way of this. And I feel like on some, like if I go... It still overlaps right here. You see that? It has a... It very much overlaps. So you can see that line right there. It's an overlap. It's a little thing. No one really ever notices it, and I've probably cursed you a little bit if you want to look out for it now. But that's kind of my weird like minor major detail. Selling my biodata to breathe actual life into my VTuber, I would. Fuck it. What are they gonna do about it? Oh yeah, this guy's sedentary for like 24 hours a day. Oops. How'd you get the fingers moving? I got the fingers moving basically the same way that I got stuff like the neck and head moving. Where this is a dud, I don't know why. Where I've got the rotators. So if you go down here, you click on the... Oh my god, did I not actually do this? Oh god, am I... Did I actually just individually move every single fucking finger on its own? Okay, so I'm insane. And the way that I moved... Can I get like a full screen so we don't see green underneath? There we go. So the way that I move the fingers, apparently, is on every single frame here, I just took this and I rotated it. So I would take these, I would probably go like this, and I would go, yeah, I want to move it over here. And I would just move it like this and rotate it and place it. Why did I do that? It would have been so much easier to not do that, but I did that. Huh. Woof. Oopies. Oopie doodles. Oopie doopies. Another very interesting thing is if I take the shirt off. Lower arm, upper arm, sleeve, hide the sleeve. I want the body. Here we go, that's the shirt. Shirt. So if we look at this, all of these things are like separately layered. And so if you look at my model, you can actually see it. There's little tiny black lines in between everything. Because these blue things are hidden inside. And I didn't know how to fix that. Mira! Hey! Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. I am walking everyone through how I made my model. I started off with inspiration. I did some concept art. And now I'm showing everyone how I've put it all together. It's so nice to see you all here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Mira. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I basically have all of these blue parts hidden within the sections of the black part. So if I move this, you can see all of the extra blue bits. So there's actually little tiny seams in between everything.
That's a sharp.
And I didn't really know how to fix it. It can be slightly fixed in VTube
That's a
Studio.
sharp.
Hey, thank you so much, Ditherkins and Snooper Baloney for the follows. I appreciate it. So actually, if you go into VTube Studio and you open up this and you go down to the fix white outlines, it fixes only some outlines. But there's still a black outline here, and I don't really know exactly how to fix that. But probably in a 2.0 model, I would end up fixing that. Oh, that's a cute little heart emote. But yeah, I've got those little tiny things. But honestly, since I already in the design had some like black things going through it, I feel like it was okay. Also, another interesting thing is I added movement to this, so. Even though like the body is separate, so like the chest area is actually, hold on. So like the chest area is separate from like the torso area. Oops. From like the medium torso zone. Warp deformer of mid-tum is apparently what I called it. So I have all of these separate, but the this overlaps a lot of them and hides not it hides a little bit. It has a few silly little things to hide. Just kind of lines and wiggles and stuff. Tum kind of mid. No! It's based, I promise. And so, like, the body's basically slotted up into a middle, a upper, and then, like, I think I put, like, the crotch with the legs. Yeah, the legs have, like, an overlapping kind of, like, crotch zone, since there isn't really much to kind of hide in that area outside of, like, the blue sections of the leg, which are, again, like, clipped into the black area, so that even if it moves, like, kind of awkward, they all stick together. Based in tummy pilled? Exactly. Let's bring back the shirt. Oh god, where's his shirt? Oh god, I lost his shirt! Oh no! Chest, shirt. There's the shirt. Okay, I'm just gonna keep one sleeve for right now. Pretend it's style. Pretend it's fashion. I also have the shirt toggle. So if you're going to toggle clothes in this, like this, you need to have it basically as its own toggle, and the way that it works is that you have a one where the shirt is there, and you have one where the shirt is gone. Now it's asymmetrical. So you have the shirt gone, you have the shirt there. So I will show you how to further toggle clothes in this, but you need to have a slider there. Then what you have to do is you have to basically put everything together. Oh god, no, this has the hell file. I put all of this on a fucking 8,000 by 8,000 thing because I'm insane. But basically what you have to do is you have to create a texture file atlas, which basically just puts all the colors and all the stuff that you made together. Do multiple smaller things. I didn't know at this point that you could make multiple smaller files. So you can make like a bunch of 2000 ones or a bunch of other things. This is not the ideal way to do it. But you basically take the texture atlas, you do this, you press OK, everything gets like all set up, and then the way to export this is you go to File, Export for Runtime, Export as Mach 3 file, and just put that wherever you want to put it. And then, after that, you go into freaking gosh darn VTube Studio, right? You got your funny little guy here. You double click, you go like this. It lags for a second to embarrass you. You click import your own model, you open up the folder, and then you drag all of the file stuff there into here. Now, you want to have a toggleable. Bam, 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 bam. You want to have that? You gotta go to your files. And you gotta open up. Yes, there are at least 11 iterations of this. You gotta open up your file. You gotta open up your... you see this file right here? It's the Mach 3 file. You open this up, and it'll open up the Cubism viewer. This is different from the editor. This is just a way to view it. Hello? There we go. And you go into the Mach 3 file, and you click File, Add, Expression, because there's not a way to like put on clothes. So clothes are technically an expression. The 8,000 pixels is how big your model canvas is. Holy shit, sign. Oh my gosh. So you hit new expression. You name the expression whatever the fuck you want, which is going to be, for right now, shirt. Expression name is just going to be shirt. You hit OK. You take the shirt thing, you move that up there. Oh, wait. You open this up, shirt, and you gotta go down here. Go all the way down to the shirt toggle, and you move that on, and that should do it. And you have it all. You have it all done and dusted right now. I believe that should be. Yeah. Okay, and then you want to save that, and then you want to save it, but I'm not gonna save it. So what I'm gonna do? No, don't save it. No, don't save it. Screw you. Is what you want to do is you want to drag everything in there now. You go import your model, and then you make a freaking icon. How do you want to make an icon? Bam. It's easy. You go to your thing, go into here, you click this thing, it's going to just say icon, it's going to be empty. You click that, you click icon PNG, you put that right into your folder, it is right there. I recommend having a square one, but if you don't, you don't. Let's see what else we got. Oh right, with the toggle, you want to go into here, you go to here, you go to expression editor, you go all the way down, you hit plus, which is hotkey action, you want to click, I believe, set expression, set unset expression, and then you're gonna just click on that, select, and the expression is going to be the shirt toggle, which is what that is. So you got that. I think that's what. Just gonna delete that. Also, if you want to zoom in, zoom out, you have to do the hotkey action move model, and then you can record a position. And that's how you do that too. So that's how I got beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, and then the shirt toggle. So that should all be that easy. And then let me actually let me show off a model that I've been working on very recently, which is for my friend Danny. So I have this very special thing right over here, which is a tail GIF, which is which has got a actual motion fire GIF, which was very hard to make because there are no good tutorials about it. So I'm going to very, very, very quickly talk about that. Danny, my good friend Danny, also Val's friend Danny. They're a very awesome and very cool person. Hold on. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba da ba. Okay. Let me open this bad boy back up. File. Open. Drag this over here. Oh, hey, this was already on them. Let's open that up. And hopefully that's the right thing. There we go. So, how did I do this? Yes, fire, the most fun thing to animate aside from liquid splashing. It's hard. It's hard. It's impossible. It's pure evil. It's stinky, and it's poop, and it sucks, and it's bad. So what I did is I have a whole bunch of... where is it? Tail. A whole bunch of fire bits. So I've got every single fire PNG set up here. Let me actually open this up. File, open. Please excuse the Joker. I'm gonna open up the thing. All right, here we go. And we're gonna open that. And why is that layered like that? That's fine. So I have every single fire thing like layered out on top of each other. Oh my god, I still have my thing open. Hold on. Beep, boop. There we go. Excuse me. I've got every single fire piece layered on top of each other. Hey Duke, do you want to talk about what all this is for? Yes! So my friend Danny is actually going to be refereeing a Lego build-off between myself and Val, and I wanted them to have a something to show themselves for because Val has a PNG tuber, I have a model, and I wanted our friend Danny to have, well, something to kind of toss around, give them a bit of a freaking personality, maybe have something for like potential fan art and junk. So I basically tossed this together in a few days. So they're gonna have like a little referee shirt, which I made toggleable because like if they want to use it for other stuff, that's understandable. So I've got all of the tail fires all on top of each other, all laid out into basically like a frame by frame GIF form. And so what I did that is I took all of these and I made all of them invisible except for one frame. So this is basically like two whole sections layered over each other. So it's basically like pretend the GIF is like up and then to the side, then down, and side, and it's just basically a big old fire.
That's a sharp.
DIY! Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. It's going to be awesome, and I'm going to win. You're probably gonna win. It's fine. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. But yeah, this is the fire loop. So instead of doing it just in here, so this is just the setup. You have to open up a open up a new file as an animation instead of a model, and you have to do it as a SDK Unity. Open that up. And then you have to open them into that. Uh-oh, did I close it? Gosh darn it. Let me open that up. So you have to take this file, I believe, drag it into... Yeah, you have to take this file, drag it into here. It'll load for a second, hopefully. Or it's just the wrong file. It's actually the wrong file. Hold on, let me open up the Danny thing again. Where are you? Where are you? Where the hell did you go? Alright, you're under my friends file. Friends. Danny Tuber. We're gonna take the Danny Tuber thing. We're gonna open it into here. We have all of this stuff. And we go over here. You don't technically have to move this. I'm just not gonna move it because I didn't move it yet. So we're going to take the live 2D parameters, open this up, ignore everything except for the tail thing, and then you basically just have to go like this through like the whole thing. You gotta like go like that, and then like that, like that, that. And you can do it clockwise or counterclockwise, but it was originally clockwise. Here, then here, 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 and then here, and then here, here. And then we just gotta go through all of this. The editor is very scary looking, but I promise it's not the worst. It's just a, somewhat average, like, thing. Alright, and then we move all of this over here, because that's the duration, and then we can hit play. Then it won't show anything because it's not in the correct area. Fuck it, I'm just gonna move everything here. Alright, and then we're gonna hit play. And then, you see that? That's the fire! That's what we got. And then you have to save this, and you gotta toss it into the same file as everything else. And I promise, it just works. You do actually have to make the screen probably the same size if you want everything to look good. But, there you go, you got a big old loop. And then you gotta... I don't want to save this file. When it's all put together, it should all probably look like this. So you've got, like, all of the, like, things put together. And then when you go into the file, you swap over to Danny. The way that you get the tail activated is you go through... It's around. I think it's in here. Idle animation. So idle animation right over here is this, and then you can do the Danny Fire, Tail Fire. It's one of those two. I don't recall which one, but that's just how it goes, and then it'll eternally loop because that is an idle animation. So as long as you don't have a toggle or something that changes it up, you should be good. Yay! And that's how you do that. They just added cool blend shapes. Maybe eventually they'll add an easing graph so you don't have to space keyframes out in a weird way. That would be nice. That would be really nice. That would be really good. By the way, I don't have the face tracking fully set up because that's a whole other issue. You ready? Let's actually swap back to my boy, to my guy, my favorite little dude. So he's a hefty one. So this one's got a lot more files. I think my VTuber has at least twice the amount. My guy might have 3 times the amount of layers over the one I made for my friend. Oopsies. I would really like a good like way to make GIFs actually useful. So facial tracking. I can do this because I can show this off as best as possible. I do have an iPhone, so I'm a little biased, I suppose, because I've just got the iPhone tracking, and it's different and a bit better. So actually, when you look at my debut video, you'll probably notice that my mouth was very much open all the time, and the reason why that was because I had my mouth open to brow mouth smile. So I had mouth smile and mouth open set to actually hold on. I had it set to voice volume plus mouth smile. So what is voice volume plus mouth smile? Well, voice volume plus mouth smile and voice volume plus mouth open. Keep clicking the wrong one. These two basically, instead of using your camera, it will basically try to track how you sound and how everything's going instead of using the camera, which is really interesting, and it helps out. It's like the easy mode, Val Shapes. Yeah, it's got like a whole bunch of is it in here? Yeah. It basically has like it has you tracking all of your vowels and stuff. So you got e, u, e, o, and then other. It's got all of those things. Actually, I don't think it actually tracks using the iPhone thing, which is kind of interesting. So I'd have to set up my camera for this. But it basically has everything set up. So if you make a lot of noise, and stuff, it opens the mouth, and if you go it makes the sound, or it makes the shape, and you go ooh, it makes the ooh shape. So if you make sure to follow like other tutorials and junk, it'll actually help with making everything. It'll help like make sure that you have everything like set up correctly. Wow. I think I have everything. No, I still have it as mouth open. There we go. So yeah, you can. Wait, do you not have your mic plugged into VTube Studio? I'm pretty sure I have my mic plugged into VTube Studio, or it might just be going through the iPhone tracking. Speaking of mics, mine just almost fell. I had to save that one. Uh-oh. I've broken something. Well, that's why. Mouth open, mouth smile. There we go. Whew, scary. But yeah, that's how all of that is basically set up. I hope that I made enough sense during most of this. Yay! I have a lot of extra plans and stuff for everything in the future. I have outfits planned out. I have ideas and concepts, and I hope that this has helped out. If anyone's got any questions for anything, I'd love to like, well, try to answer them to the best of my ability. This was really fun, and I highly recommend that if you're considering, if you're basically considering going into VTubing and you're wondering what you want all your stuff to look like and what all of that stuff, I would highly recommend it. I'll help out as much as I can in the Discord. I'll help out with other stuff. I can send references for VTubers and stuff that I've based my stuff off of. Like, I'll help out to the best of my ability, and I hope that the rest of the community helps out to the best of their ability. If you want to join the Discord for all of that stuff, !Discord, hell yeah. I'm going to check now, because I think that's everything. I'm going to check now to see what we got fan art wise. Is it okay if we spoil that, or should we keep it a secret for now? Oh no, I've already talked about it, especially in the subscriber chat. Hi Sadie. This is Sadie, Lady Satan in chat. She's working on a very special project. Exclamation point Sadie in chat, by the way. She's working on a 3D model for a small shark. Here, let me open that up. Let me open up my reference sheet for that, because I'm somewhat proud of that. Speaking of reference sheets, I've got a whole freaking... Do you have any general tips on keeping parts organized? Number 1, name them. Name your pieces. Name your parts. Number 2, files are your friends. Make as many files as you physically can. Number 3, layer shit up. If you have like a hand, make sure it is attached to the arm. Make sure that the arm is attached to like the shoulder. Make sure the shoulder is attached to the upper torso. Make sure that it is shaped like a body, so that things will like logically attach to each other, and that really helps me like kind of visualize a skeleton of like what everything is going to like, you know, mesh together as. That's my biggest tip. Love this square lad. This is my little guy. For a while, I was having a whole bunch of fun drawing my guy at a front-facing angle, and I noticed that a chibi type thing really helped with that and making the head really square. Name those files and name them layers. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Otherwise, it gets really crazy really fast. So yeah, this is the little guy that I mocked up for Sadie, and she's been working very tirelessly on cool things. For example, today she textured it into the fucking Morbius. This is Morbius Duke, I guess, if you were ever wondering. This is this is that. I got morbed. But on a more serious note, hold on, let me find a proper little dude. I'm very excited, and I'm really happy about how this is turning out. Sadie, you are incredibly talented. I carry you so much, and I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to use this little guy. The morbification, it started. Oh, that's so sick. Yeah, Sadie's making it. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. This has been a whole bunch of fun. Big warning if you're getting into VTubing, you're always going to be looking at other future things, and you are always going to be like, but I want a 2.0, but I want this to look like this, and I want a 3.0, and by the way, I want like a, I want a 3D model, and a 2D model, and a 2D model, and a 3D model, and I want to commission all my friends, and I'm going down that pipeline, baby. Let's all enjoy it together. It is absolutely excellent work. Sadie, you are doing so fucking well, and I'm so incredibly happy about it. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm very happy. I'm gonna go check fan art now. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Alright. Fan art. If you want to submit fan art, you can go to, do it through Discord, discord.gg/SophieandDuke, or you can use the hashtag Duke of Art on Twitter. Both of those work, and or you can like ping me on Twitter. Both of those work, and they're both very good. I had a few people ping me in between streams, so I'm going to try to. Oh, Josie!
Nyacromancer just subscribed for 11 months. Yippee.
Yippee! Thank you so much for the 11 months. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm looking through. I know there's someone else who did. Yes. Okay. I think I got all of the ones on Twitter at least. All right. So let me show these off. This one is from Saltejek, or from at Jekte. Fan art for the lovely Twitch streamer Duke of Ash. Thank you so much. This is absolutely adorable. I think this is really cute. I really like your version of my logo. It's very sweet, and I also like the brush that you used. It looks really good. This one is from. Oop, have I just clicked on everyone instead of this? Uh-oh. Hold on, hold the phone. Hold on, hold the phone. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on half a second. Technical difficulties, I promise. Alright. This one's from Zap, from Zap Border. It's Duke in a, as the Joker, because it has been 36 days since I've applied for partner, and they have not gotten back to me at all. It is ridiculous. Twitch, please. Twitch, please. I'm so lonely. Just text back, please. I don't even care at this point. I genuinely don't care if you deny me partner. I'm fine with that. I just need an answer. Please. Please. Good luck. Thank you so much. I need it. I've promised myself that I would get myself, even like no matter what the answer, I promised myself I would buy myself a cake and I would have some freaking strawberries and I would eat strawberries and cake, and this hasn't happened and I'm hungry. I'm starving. So and also if 40 days pass and Twitch hasn't gotten back to me, I am going to become the Joker. Check your junk mail. I check my junk mail every few hours by this point. I'm always checking everything. But thank you. I appreciate it. Also, this one is from Miss and Platypus. This is absolutely adorable. Gay 20 through 21, Duke and Sophie, Shork Attack. This is me and my wife. And I am kissing her. I'm blowing farts on her face, and this is very accurate, and I really appreciate it. This is absolutely adorable. Thank you so much, Miss and Platypus. I always appreciate seeing your work around. It's very adorable. Thank you so much. 40 days since Twitch ghosted me. That's how it is! That's how it is! It's ridiculous. But also, this is very cute, and I really appreciate it. All right, let me check the, let me check the Discord. See if there's anything around. Discord. Oh, okay. There's actually two things I want to show off. One of them, I have to go all the way back to Twitter, and I have to make sure that it doesn't autoplay. Okay, we're good. This is absolutely adorable. So, this technically isn't fan art for me, but this is fan art for my wife, so it basically counts. Oh, you sweet bean, you deserve it. I hope it shows up. Thank you. Oh, thanks. This is another one from Zap. I made a little animation out of the he spit from Sophie Baby and Socks BX's stream. Hardest I've ever laughed in a while. It gave off a real me energy. Apologies for the poor quality. Never apologize. This is very cute. Let me make sure this is all the way up because it's a little bit quiet. All right.
What is like a word for two horse?
Horses!
But that doesn't sound right.
Yes, it
You don't say cactuses. It ends with S. Would you not say like keys? Like technically? Like
No, you wouldn't say he's!
I know no one says that, but shouldn't you say that?
No!
I'm gonna start a movement.
You're giving me a bowel movement.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It's absolutely adorable. I fucking love it. This clip implies Socks temporarily forgot horses spelled with an E. I know, it's beautiful, and I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have the same one from Salte. Thank you again so much. This is absolutely adorable. And then we got another one from Zap. Glow in the dark eyes. Ooh. Yes, you get it. You understand. Yes, this is very good. Thank you all so much. This has been so much fun. I've been having a lot of fun, like kind of walking through behind the scenes things. I've been having an absolute ton of fun, like, I don't know, just showing the whole progress, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I want this to look effortless and I want it to, like, look like this was all just like this all came together. And I'm like, no, I fucking built my shit and I want to show you all the fucking messy behind the scenes because it's so much fun and I absolutely adore it. And I want to show you all that, like, even like no matter what, even if you have to like build all your stuff up and do all your overlays and all that junk, and make your own VTuber and all that stuff, get your hands in the VTuber mud. Exactly. I want to show that, like, you can cut corners, you can have a little bit of fun, even if your VTuber model isn't put together like perfectly, and even if it's not like, you know, super duper like fancy and it's got like 100 million like jiggle physics going on at the same time. It is going to be a good model. People are going to love that model and you are going to be happy and it is going to give you a lot of like joy because it is an important creation and it is an extension of yourself. And I feel like some people want that extension to be perfect, but I think that it is a beautifully flawed thing, especially if you make it yourself. I mean, unless you make it perfect, otherwise, like, pff, good for you, I guess. I do want to thank you all so much again for hanging out with me, for watching me goof around a whole bunch. I have had an absolute blast this stream, and I'm gonna send you off somewhere, and I hope we all have a whole bunch more fun. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna send you all off to Byte EXE because I believe they are also pushing for partner, and let's give them a whole bunch of love, okay? Raid TE raid has been created, and our raid phrase is going to be make a model. Beep boop. Copy paste that into Byte's chat. Send them a whole bunch of love. Oh, put your hands in the VTuber mode. Actually, fuck that. That's exactly what we're doing. Just kidding. New raid phrase. Or choose between the two. Make sure that if you are subscribed to add an extra emote at the end for a little bit of extra spice. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and take care of yourself and have a freaking fantastic rest of your week. Loving the vibes? Aw, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's go put our hands in that VTuber mud. Good. Bye.